Okay, hello and welcome. We're here. Oh, episode 7, House of the Dragon, everybody. Woo. It's another spicy episode. Oh boy, this is a big one. Lots of things happen. Even more things are really starting to ramp up in this series, man. I mean, we're getting there very slowly, but goddamn is every episode just riveting. All right. Oh my god. Let me start off. I'm gonna make this video much shorter. I'm not gonna I'm gonna do an experiment because my last House of the Dragon video didn't do as good as I hoped it would. So I'm thinking maybe it's a time thing. Maybe people just aren't interested in hearing me speak for an entire hour, even though I could talk for like 2 hours for each of these episodes, even more. I could go on for an entire day. All right, it's how there's a lot of things to unpack in the series. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna do a bare bones summary of it more so, and then talk about all the crazy things as much as I can. And I just want to see how this experiment goes. Honestly, see if I get more views or not. If I do, it doesn't mean I'm gonna keep my videos short. I just want to do an experiment. Anyway, here we are. All right, so leaving off from last episode, we get a nice little funeral of Lena, Valerian, and it's nice. We see all our characters. They obviously don't like each other. It's the setup and the prelude to the bigger parts in this episode. The funeral actually takes like a quarter of the entire episode, about like 15 minutes. In fact, we got all our characters that we know and are coming back. Damon's back. Actually, Otto himself is back as the Hand. Here, you're looking a little crazy there, Otto. What happened? He's actually back as Hand. Oh, and from the last time's episode, I believed that the other Hand of the King, Hallstrong, were Laris's father and brother. He is evil. He killed his father and his brother. All right, he is now the Lord of Harrenhal. I don't want to make any assertion that all right, maybe they survived somehow, right? I don't want to make another weird prediction like Viserys, but no, it confirmed they are dead. Uh, Laris is now Lord of Harrenhal. Otto is now Hand of the King. Undetermined amount of time has passed. I'd say maybe about a month or so. To get Damon, and his fellow compatriots here. They're back on. Where are they? The Driftmont, yes, is the name. They're back there by the sea to get the funeral, and it's a nice time for everyone. Well, not nice, but everyone's here. Things. This is the prelude to bad things happening. We can basically skip the funeral. There's nothing like too important in there. There are like scenes and dialogue between characters that are really interesting though. Getting more characterization from Damon and Viserys because we haven't seen them in so long. And they finally get to have a conversation together after their talk after he basically banishes him. Um, we get to see more about Damon's personality at this point. Whether it after this episode, it finally happened. But like after this episode, it seems like there's gonna be some bad shit. They're not gonna directly have conflict with the king himself. I'm assuming that no one's gonna actually assassinate the king. He's just gonna die because of his disease, and then the fighting will start. But because they all love the king, they all just hate each other, which is and the king's sick of it. He wants everyone to get along. The king's a he's a liberal pussy, all right. um, that's the funeral. It was okay. We get more revelations after that. Are things I don't like. For instance, the lighting in this episode. Ooh, it is not very good. It is very, very difficult to see. In fact, I don't know what the lighting department did in these scenes that are just really dark, almost like season 8 Game of Thrones level. Like the battle against the White Walkers, like that, like there is incredibly hard to see like what was happening, particularly in this spot. Um, Not in this spot, the other spot. Anyway, let's just get to the spoiler. It finally happened. Ramir and Damon, they're together now. Oh my god. Spicy. I thought episode 4 was spicy. No, this episode's better. Finally, the uncle. I can't even say this, dude. He penetrates his niece with his fiery sword of power. Ooh. Hey, I just don't. I don't. It's weird though. I'm not. I can't show this. I'm gonna get demonetized. They do it basically. All right, they do it. I'm like super confused though. Like, how old are these people? This is 10 years in the future since episode 5, so they're 10 years older. Matt Smith looks the same. They didn't change him, but they changed Ramira. How old was Ramira, right, when she had this like weird relationship with her uncle? Was she like? Is she like? In the books, she must be like 14 or something, right? But here they like age them up just a little bit. They still think she can have kids. I don't like how old is she supposed to be in the show? Like 30 max, I guess, but she might technically she looks older than that. Like she looks like she could maybe be 40 or 35 at the very least. I don't know. Can she have kids? I'm just gonna guess they can. Um, for the show's sake. I think it's supposed to be. We're assuming these characters are younger than they're being portrayed, especially the kids. So I guess that it is what it is. It is just confusing, and the timelines are a bit wombled for me. But it's not horrible. But it is. I would see after the show's done. I'm gonna take another step and another look into that just to flesh that stuff out because that could be a potential problem for the show. Anyway, they do it. They do the sticky icky. They get down and dirty. It's all good. Everything is as it's supposed to be. Uncle and niece together forever. Ew! They're Targaryens, people. It's okay. They're the most whitest of white trash whites ever. They can. It's okay for them to do it. It's their birthright. They're happy. They're happy now because they're gonna get married at the end of the episode. Let's not go into that yet, just yet. Here we are. This is like, oh my god, a cool ass scene. At like so much nostalgia in this scene. The dragon obsessed Aemond has finally taken a chance to he just basically steals Vagar from nobody. Basically, he just claims him for his own. He wants to ride the dragon, and he does, and he has a great time doing it. He has a fucking blast, and this is such a cool scene too. During the moon, and Aemon's just here, fucking just walks up to him, like this madman. Aemon's a madman. He's insane. And we get a scene where he just like touches him. Rhaegar's like, "Who the fuck are you?" This man, Aemond is actually crazy. He's a little fucking badass in this episode as well. He rides a dragon and does some other crazy shit right after. Man, this was a nice nostalgic scene. We haven't seen a lot of the dragons lately. I said that before. I'm okay with that. But this was a long scene of just Aemond riding Vagar, having a blast in the air with him. I guess this scene's not that poorly well righted. Maybe I was just sitting down too far from my computer or something. It's okay. The the important part of this scene is that it's explained Aemond has now claimed Vagar as his own. And so now that means Alicent's side has another dragon with them, which is very important for them because they only have two, I believe. Do they actually have two? Because they have Aegon's, and now Aemond has Vagar. Who else do they have? I'm forgetting. But this is an important balance of shifting of power for Alicent's side. For the coming war, right? They needed this because Rhaenyra has her dragon, and Daemon has his dragon. So the balance of powers are shifting a little bit. Um, though they're becoming more equalized, maybe towards a more fair fight. But he's a powerful dragon. After this, he has a nice, cool ride. Oh, by the way, the sound production in this scene, I can't remember the exact, like, it was definitely some sort of remix from the Daenerys's like dragons whenever she would ride them. I forget exactly. Maybe I have to. Maybe I'll get like a clip of that because it's like really cool. It's the same. It's like that bass hum, and then you see the scene with like Daenerys riding the dragon. It's the same thing in that scene. Maybe a little remixed, but basically the same. It was super nostalgic, and just the music coupled with the visuals here. Even though I would like it to be a bit brighter, it's still nice. It was still amazing. Honestly, I loved it. It was great. The music design for this scene was maybe not perfect, but nostalgically familiar and great. I did love it. Um, lay all that, okay? All right, we get into more crazy shit. Aemond, now this little psycho crazy kid with balls of fucking steel, the biggest balls you've ever seen. All right, fucking ends up having a fist fight, a fucking fist fight with his cousins. All of them. He just and beats the ever living shit out of them. Obviously, the kids confront him. They basically start the fight. They confront him. Get away from our dragon. He was ours to claim. Aemon's like, you should have claimed him then, bitch. He's mine now. And he calls Rhaenyra's children bastards. The meanie. How could he, right? Even though everyone knows, and even the kids themselves know that they're not really the son of Laenor, and they're bastards. This is the most epic fight between like 10-year-olds ever. Aemond here, absolutely. He doesn't look at that shit. Hold on, we gotta go back. He did not like her punching him. We gotta go back, guys. Let's see how much of this I can show. He retaliates. They attack him. He pushes her down. He gets hit. Like, fuck you, I hit you back. He's getting attacked now by everyone. They all attack him. Aemond is like so good though. He's just beating all of them one-sidedly. It's ridiculous, this kid. Obviously, Aemond gets pretty beat the fuck up though. It is 4-on-1. But damn it, Aemond, you're so powerful. How are you so powerful? He comes back after this and just manhandles them. Grabs her, grabs his throat easily. This is a sick fight between these kids. It's like the culmination of like their parents and like the let's see, like the struggle of power between them now starting to influence their children. Now their children are fighting. Uh-oh, things are getting crazy, guys. This is not what King Viserys wants. He doesn't want them to be fighting. He wants them to get along and be together and be happy family because that's what they are. They're family. But no, the family wants power and control and other things, you know. Viserys, you can't stop it, unfortunately. After all said is done, after the fighting, I forget his name. I think it's not Joffrey. It's Jason Targaryen, technically. He gets a nice little cut in on Aemon's eye here. He stabs him basically, and it's another whole giant scene. After this, Aemond is okay. He doesn't die, but he does lose his eye. It's pretty brutal. His eye is basically gone. And this is a horrible situation that has just occurred, and it's the powers that be are starting. It's finally starting to like come out and play themselves. The game is getting heated now. Things are getting crazy. Viserys is not happy. He wants to know exactly what happened. He wants to know how this fight started. Aemond basically tells him, "Listen, Dad, your grandchildren aren't, Loras's kids. They're bastards. They can't inherit the throne." There's like, where did you hear this? He defers to his brother instead of Alicent, who did tell him. He refers to his brother. This is an entire scene. People are getting crazy. Things are not good. The truth is out now, though, in front of everybody. It's basically been revealed that the lie, the king in the emperor's clothes has been revealed to everyone. Everyone now, Aegon was the guy who told everyone. He was that guy. Like, shit, Dad, I don't want to be the guy. So I'm sorry, but those kids, they're they're none of Lionel's blood. They're bastards. It's it's getting crazy now. We get another fight. This is just the super setup to the craziness that's gonna happen. How do I even describe it other than just crazy? Like it's so I love it all though. The setup is finally the 7 long episode setup is finally paying off. There's just been so much good dialogue and writing intermingled between like the scenes that have been happening up until now, for all of this to like culminate into this one section, the civil war that's gonna happen, and it's gonna I hope it's beautiful. Really hope they don't mess it up. I don't think they will. But again, it's the long road coming. Finally, everything is getting revealed. It's been over 10 years. Tensions are building and building and building and building. It's like Waterstone, right? It's going to explode eventually. The fucking volcano is about to erupt, right? Things are getting too hot. And it's a great scene. This is Aemond again. His eyes gone. God damn, the kid got fucked up, didn't he? But it's okay because the kid himself. There's in this episode, the kid was like, "It's all right. I lost my eye because now I have Vagar." Like, he doesn't give a shit. He has a fucking dragon now that he didn't have before, and he has the biggest dragon. The balls on this kid. Jesus, they're huge. Oh my god, I forgot. There was also talk of like him marrying his sister in this episode. His sister has had no dialogue other than just like holding bugs and shit, and having just weird dialogue between them. It was fucking okay. The Targaryens, yeah, okay, they're gonna do that stuff. That probably won't happen. I have no idea. Um, but the incestuous freaks the Targaryens are. It doesn't matter to them. um, so it has been revealed now that the kids are bastards. Viserys still doesn't want to believe it. He just wants everyone to get along and stop fighting. Make up with each other, please. We can't have this infighting between us. We're family, for fuck's sake. Alicent is not happy. Alicent wants revenge for her son. That doesn't seem to happen. She wants an eye for an eye, basically. Um, so instead of, she gets a little heated under the collar and literally assaults Rhaenyra, her friend of long past. Okay, right here, she assaults her. Things are getting heated. Nothing bad happens. Damon's off smiling in the corner, like, haha. This is gonna get great, guys. Bloodshed. We love bloodshed. um, this is we get more introspection into Alicent's character, which is something I really wanted to actually. Uh, we see a side of her we haven't seen before. Her own father is actually impressed with her actions here. He says it to her directly after this. I've never seen you act this way before. Maybe you're taking the game seriously now. I didn't think you did. Alicent is super upset. She wants the throne. She wants her kids to have a throne. She wants the power. We have a nice little scene here where Alicent pours her heart out. I'm doing my duty. What have you been doing, Rhaenyra? Nothing. You've been skirting your duties this entire time. I've been paying my dues, and it's a just a heartwarming. We finally get to see something between them that we just haven't seen. All the stuff is starting to boil over. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Um, at the end of the episode, we get a bit of. We can skip this talk between Lionel. Lionel's pretty much out of the picture. Rhaenyra proposed to Daemon to just kill Lionel, so him and her, they can get married once he's out of the picture, which is what they do. They get him out of the picture. Also, Lyris offers to take an eye for an eye. He basically offers to kill one of their children for her. She's like, no, we can do that later, but I do need you. So he's still fucking evil, but Alicent's more on board with using him as like a pawn to get her whatever her needs are, and he's a devoted servant basically. But yes, Daemon, If I can get to the scene here, as soon as it loads, if it loads, maybe it won't load. Anyway, Damon basically he bribes Sir Lionel's confidant to basically go into Pentos. They faked Lionel's murder, which is okay, and they're going to Pentos. They're going to live together in harmony together, and they're contracting the gay with other people from Pentos, and that's fine. At the point of the episode is now Damon and Ramir are finally together, solidifying their power together. And once King Viserys is dead, is when the battle is gonna happen. Civil War, obviously, and it's not loading. I'm sorry. As soon as it loads. Anyway, that's pretty much the episode. It is a great episode. Tensions are sky high. Our characters are entering their final arcs, I believe. Who's gonna win? I have no idea. As soon as I'm done with this series, I'm gonna go read the books again. At least this part. I don't. They might just they might. I really hope they don't do this. There's been so much setup. I want there to be a payoff. So I'm hoping there's not a season two. I'm hoping they just finish it in this season, and because it's seemingly I feel like that's what's gonna happen. But the things I just hope they don't drag it out too long. Right? There needs to be a good conclusion to the story. And for so far, it's a good story so far. So if they do a season two, it's gonna. I want them to keep dragging it out. I'm not gonna like that. But this was a good episode. Lots of character development for other characters. We get to see into Aemon now. He has a dragon. Damon and Ramir finally together. It's been so long. Viserys is on his last his last knee. He's like shit. Fuck, why am I here anymore? Alicent and Otto are together firmly in their power in the Game of Thrones, taking power. It's a great episode. I loved it. Okay, that's gonna be it, guys. You guys have a good day. See ya.